So I've been reading, or rather listening to this book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. One of the things that I've adopted from that book is morning pages, which is journaling. But the point of this journaling is it doesn't have to be coherent or good. You just write anything. It could be the same word over and over again. And as you adopt the habit, you start to find that it becomes so easy to reflect. You have no pressure to make anything sound good, especially if you're someone who is a writer. You always want the way you write to sound good, but when you do the morning pages, they're not meant for anyone's eyes and they're not meant to be special or good. You can actually discover a lot from yourself, surprisingly, from writing. There's a lot of aha moments, realizations I've come across just because writing in that way. We're gonna adopt a new habit, particularly for your own internal growth, maybe maturity-wise or emotionally, mentally. I think that journaling is a good way. Write 3 pages every single day. You'll soon find that there's a lot to discover, even if at first it might feel foolish. I'm back from the university. One of the things that I've also been learning from the book about artists' dates, and that's when you take yourself on solo date, just spending time with yourself, at least 20 minutes, doing something that you love or enjoy. It's supposed to also help with your creativity. Apart from that, I think it's good for your mental health. So I've actually never really intentionally done an artist date. I really need to take some time and do something I enjoy. So I'm planning to sit outside and read my book. I slightly fell asleep. It's actually been like such a long time since I had a Bible. I was working at a mine, I was working shift work, so I stopped going to church regularly. Slowly but surely I just kind of slipped away. But for me it's something that's very necessary and very good for me. Very good for my mental health, and I feel like I'm a better person when I'm kind of speaking to God. I think I view other people with a lot more compassion, a lot more grace, and I'm more willing to give people leeway, a lot more love as well. There's this song I was thinking of today. Let me learn by paradox. The way up is the way down, and to be lost is to be found, and that the valley is the place of vision. I like that song because I feel like it shows the sort of dichotomy of life. Crazy to realize, but when we're at our lowest points is sometimes when we're at our best, and sometimes when we're in the valley, you know, we're not at the peak, is when we see things the clearest. I don't know. I like that song, honestly. I feel like there's a lot contained in that song. A repenting soul is the victorious soul, and to have nothing is to possess all, and that the valley and the hook. Let me find your light in my darkness. Let me find your life in my death. Ooh, let me find your joy in my sorrow. Let me find your grace in my sin. Ooh. Jesus himself, when he came down, he came to show us that life is kind of a life of paradox. Sometimes the things we're reaching for are not the things we need. And sometimes what feels like the best is not actually the best. And that joy can be found in mourning, and mourning in what is supposed to bring joy. Your lowest points can provide the highest outcomes. The most difficult times are also the times where we learn the most, also the most valuable times. I don't know if this is totally unhinged. I think it means a lot to me for me to write this to myself, because I'm one of those people who often seeks for love and validation from other people. I'm someone who wants to be seen and loved and cared for. I can be the good source of that for myself, and even more than that, God can be the best source of that. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. I really want to start by reading Psalm 139. That's going to be the first chapter I read. I don't even remember if I read the Bible last year. I know Psalm 139 verse 14, I think. It was the first memory verse I ever memorized, and throughout my life has been an incredibly relevant and necessary reminder. I think there's a reason why that's the first verse I learned. It is something I am supposed to remember from it. It's thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous, how well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. I think this whole chapter is relevant to my life, and there's a reason why we're supposed to know this verse. I think it's like a theme to my life, something that I need to be aware of, that I am precious, fearfully and wonderfully made. The original verse that I memorized, it says, "Praise thee because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, fearfully and wonderfully." That's something I want to remember always in my interactions with people, whether it's family or in relationships or with friends. I am fearfully and wonderfully made.